Right.
Introducing first, at a total combined weight of 850 pounds, there is Pete J. Eagle, Renegade Johnny Eagle, and Grandma Eagle, Indians with attitude.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Stand up and give my grandma some respect. Their opponent, total combined weight of 650 pounds. Here's the team of A.J. Frost, Smiley Robinson, and Tommy Gunn. One call, 10-minute time limit.
Jesse Bailey, you have got to be kidding me. Your alleged client has got this fool in the ring as if he's a wrestler.
I don't know what Grandma's doing out there. She's probably out of her mind after the things you've done to her.
See, I have not done anything to this beast. I don't know what you 4 trying to pull. Danny Paris, would you look at what Jay Eagle and Jesse Bailey are putting together now? They've got this alleged grandma and this ridiculous lawsuit. This is the most insane thing I've ever heard of in my life.
This is totally ridiculous. I mean, this is nothing more than a glorified drag queen that Eagle has.
How do you know, Dan Paris? She may be an ugly woman, but Jay Eagle has sworn to me that that's his grandmother. And if Jay Eagle says it, well, you know.
Charlie Babb told me he saw that thing in the bar the other night, and you know what that means. Boy, these trinkets from your pals, the Eagles, I don't want this garbage over here. Look, Grandma's got a stick in the ring.
That's a flag.
Well, it doesn't belong in the ring. If it wants to wrestle, it needs to ditch the flag and get in the ring and let A.J. Frost knock her down a time or two.
I bet you'd like to see that. You like to see as much of her as you can, James McCall.
I would like to see
And that's all going to come out in court. When these people hear the real truth of the things you've done, oh, my God.
I would like to see that thing gone from APW, and she may as well take her grandson and her other grandson with her for all I care.
Now, wait a minute. I've known McCone for about 15 years, and he has ransacked a few buffet bars to harassing some old lady. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, I may
Dan
have been.
Paris, have you seen the evidence? Have you seen the evidence?
There is no
atrocious.
evidence. The worst thing I may have done may have been involved with a vile, wretched Lex or two in Louisiana, but that wasn't my fault.
And I also have seen personally that McCone's former spouse and the women that he hangs around, and this
Thank you for Dan.
this drag queen is not one of them.
We don't have to justify these ridiculous lawsuits with even mentioning, but I just think it's disgusting. This thing is involved in a wrestling match.
Well, as with everything I do, the truth will come out, and it will be proven.
It exactly will, and the chips fall where they may, and they may fall. A.J. Frost falling right on Jay Eagle outside the ring. A great move by A.J. Frost.
He kicked him right on the top of his head. I know that hurt.
Somewhat like a senton, but his boots catching him in the side of the head and the neck and everywhere.
Exactly. He's in the wrong spot out there in the Eagles' corner with this ludicrous grandma and Chief Jay and Johnny Eagle. He needs to get back in the ring and get out of there as quickly as he possibly can. That's another thing I hate, Dan. We've got quality wrestlers. Oh, a low blow by Jay Eagle. And Johnny Eagle stomping away. He's not legal. We've got A.J. Frost and Tommy Gunn and Smiley Robinson trying to make a career out of this. And they've got to wrestle with this thing over across the ring.
Well, she's not wrestling. She's just standing there. Jay Eagle told me there's no way he could possibly let her get out of his sight with you in the building, James McCone.
That is absolute insanity, Jesse Bailey. That is absolutely insanity. I have never had anything to do with anything like that, as Dan said. Right now, we've got Jay Eagle and A.J. Frost, and hopefully we'll keep Grandma outside the ring, away from the action.
Well, see, James McCone, the fans have already seen the note that you left Grandma. They know the truth already, and I'm sure there's going to be more truth to come out in the weeks to come.
Yeah, the fans have seen the creative stylings of you and Jay Eagle and Johnny Eagle. They've seen what vivid imaginations you three sick individuals have.
Well, I can guarantee if Grandma tags in and that wig flies off and that scarf flies off, you're going to see that's an ugly old guy under that roof. Look at how big Grandma is. I mean, I've never seen a woman 6 foot.
I was going to say, what we can see of it's pretty ugly from here, Dan Paris, and I don't want to see any more of it. John Eagle whips Smiley across, a big chop to the head on Smiley Robinson. Smiley has definitely moved up in the world from some organizations he's been with in the past. We're happy to have him in American Pro Wrestling.
They are.
Jeff Bailey, just because he's not a pervert that hangs out the places you and Jay Eagle and Grandma hang out at. Eagle whips Smiley across the fans, trying to get behind Smiley. And a cross body block by Robinson, almost overshot his man. John Eagle takes back over the former U.S. champion, taking back over on Smiley. This is the boot by Jay Eagle from outside the ring, and now he's standing right on the man's throat. Right on the man's throat, Jeff Bailey.
Notice how Grandma's reluctant, not even trying to tag in.
The only reason she is out here is to make sure that James McCombs doesn't put his hands on her. Jay Eagle would not leave her alone. He has to have her in his sight at all
Why
times.
in the name of God would I want to put my hands on that?
I don't know why. I find it disgusting what you do, though. Let me tell you
I would
that.
never be caught dead putting my hands on that.
James McCombs, you've done things in Louisiana that would make that look beautiful.
We're going to leave those things in Louisiana alone. Those things are in the swamp, and that's where they belong, is in a swamp. I am happily married, and I will be staying away from things like Grandma Eagle.
Let's stick with all of the action in the ring. If we've got controversy going on, Eagle's got a flagpole or something like that. Robinson.
That was great.
Yeah, we saw that flagpole that's only there for Grandma's support. Yeah, it's there for support, all right. To support the abuse of Smiley Robinson. Big boot by Jay Eagle.
That's something I certainly applaud, the abuse of Smiley Robinson.
You'll probably applaud things like Grandma Eagle, too.
Well, I mean, she's just a lonely old lady who's trying to spend some time with her grandchildren, and the next thing you know, some sick individual is doing things that are against the law, and now that man's going to have to pay for those crimes.
Things that look like that generally are lonely. Look at that, Jeff Bailey. Of course that's going to be lonely. Crying out loud. Eagle going for a pin. AJ breaks it up.
He's really just about the standard for Spartanburg, South Carolina.
She, that is not a she. That is the ugliest man I've ever seen in my life. And you look around this building tonight. Well, in Spartanburg there are some attractive women, though.
Not in Chesney, then, I guess.
Well, it's Friday night. There might be busy. Eagle goes for a shot, he misses, and Smiley's right in his corner. I don't know if he knows where he is. Tommy Gunn gets in the ring now. Please let John Eagle tag Grandma. I want to see that. Why don't your client tag in the match?
I told you she's not out here to wrestle.
That she don't need to be on the ring.
Exactly.
She's being the back playing shuffleboard with Charlie Babb.
Oh, that sounds like a party you'd like to be at.
No, thank you. I want no part of that. Gunn driving the shoulder into John Eagle in the corner, the former U.S. champion who no longer has that championship, of course. That having been stripped from him earlier in the hour. You want to elaborate on that there, Texas Bailey?
Not really, because it's a crime, James McCombs, a crime that will soon be overturned.
And the reason...
Obviously, you have a bias problem against the Indians with attitude, and some evidence that such a return.
The reason it was stripped is right there in the corner, because this whole Grandma Eagle foolishness was started with the U.S. title match when John Eagle won it to begin with. That's the very reason standing there in the corner is this Grandma Eagle foolishness.
The Eagle was going to work on Tommy Gunn and Grandma's shoe. Hey, wait a minute, that's my gimmick. He's bringing that shoe back out again, and he's going to work on Tommy Gunn with it some more.
And that's real legal, isn't it, Jay Eagle? Jeff Bailey, Jay Eagle look just alike.
I don't give a damn about the rules, so why do you
I understand that.
It's, oh, look at Jay Eagle, he's bringing Frost in,
They're bringing everybody in.
And they want to beat them all up.
Pull Grandma over the top. Pull Grandma over the top rope. I want to see that. No, I don't want to see that dress go upside down. Never mind. I don't want to see that at all.
Smiley Robinson took the sleeper on out of nowhere.
He's got a four-way going on.
Dumps AJ. Don't mention four-way around Jeff Bailey. You'll get him excited. There's the flagpole again. What is this referee looking at? Ref, get a clue. And look at this. He's not a wrestler, but look.
Grandma's getting in. She's going to make the cover.
What in the name of God is this?
Look, she wants to be just like her boys.
You have got to be kidding me.
Oh, Grandma Eagle gets the cover on Smiley Robinson.
You got to be kidding me.
Well, I guess she is a wrestler after all, Jade McComb. You got your wish.
Pete J. Eagle and Grandma Eagle, Indians with attitude.
That is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen in my life. Jay Eagle waving his flag. This alleged grandma, this pervert out here with Johnny Eagle.
It was another great night for the Indians with attitude.
This is
They're
disgusting.
celebrating the lawsuit with a big win in six-man action here this week on
That lawsuit's
APW.
going to cost all three of you a lot of money. We'll be back with something better on APW.